Honestly disappointed. I make a wage. I do okay. Small but very profitable company. So I go above and beyond in my work to make us irreplaceable. Always 100 plus hours per week. Sat down with the owner and talked through the extra 500k I brought in over and above the 750k I made him through my routine contract, and asked about his thoughts on my service. His response was glowing praise. I talked at length about the cost of living and inflation. How I'd normally not ask for a pay rise. However, price of life has gone wild. So I need to. I asked for a 5k pay rise. Nope. Negotiated myself down to a 2k pay rise. Nope. I make the owner well over $1 million a year by my labor. He will not step up to a 2k pay rise. So I mentioned that I could literally and legally just work my contract. That would cut 500k from his profit. Or I could keep doing what I do, and he'd recoup an extra 498k and I'd get an extra 2k and we could shake on it like gentlemen. Nope. He won't be dictated to. So I'm reducing my work hours to 60 a week, as per contract. And he'll lose 500k per year to make a stand against giving me an extra 2k. I'm not sure if he's insane or I am. Always 100 plus hours a week? Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. What? Why? Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Unless bonuses are written into your contract, work to your contract. You're very sane. Your boss is the one that's a few apples short of a bunch. He's delusional enough to think workers are fungible objects and that he can simply replace you if you aren't bluffing. I'd suggest brushing up the resume and looking for another job ASAP. Odds are he already has a want ad up somewhere. 100-hour weeks? Dude, that's you entire waking life. 32,000 pounds per year, 100 hours weeks to make you irreplaceable. I'm not surprised you're disappointed, but you won't be irreplaceable, hence no raise. The problem with this situation is he doesn't see what he will lose as he already won. What's your annual salary like? Sometimes tells me that you're being severely undercompensated in this arrangement and we need to have your boss walk the plank. Your boss is an idiot, but for me the another insane part is that 1. You think working 100 hours per week is in any way normal, healthy and sustainable. 2. You think reducing your work to 60 hours is enough. 40 hours per week is maximum you should do. Otherwise you just sacrifice your personal life and health for $, which isn't worth it in a long run. There are even countries like France with 35-hour work week. P.S. I've seen you comment about working at sea, so perhaps 60 hours is normal if you get a lot of time off while you get back on land. If you've shown quantitative data of how much more you've brought to the company, and the owner won't raise your salary, work to the letter of your contract, then leave. Never be afraid to move companies. Just make sure you can take your work contact with you. A competitor will take you if you bring 500k with you. Just make sure that you can. That you don't have a non-compete clause and have a lawyer look over your contract. If you are working 100 hours per week, then yes, you are insane. Start your own business, take their clients with you. Small companies suck. The owner is an entrepreneur, not a manager of people. Vote with your feet. Nothing smaller than 500 people. If you can actually track how much revenue you bring to the business, you should be demanding a percentage figure. 10% was normal last time I talked to a corporate sales rep. Bro, start looking for other jobs. I'm sure you're good at what you do. Just go somewhere you'll be appreciated. No need to rush it now, but if you start looking for a job now or by mid-deck, take a break during the holiday and hopefully start somewhere else by New Year's. I'd be so happy for you, man. If you love your job, find out how much the boat costs to purchase and operate, or for long-term charter. You've proven you can bring in £1.25 million. Why, how much of that is profit? If you put together a business plan for taking out a loan on a boat of your own, how does it look? Could you go co-op with your current crew if you think they're good to work with? The owner invested capital. There's a lot of capital been pulled out of the markets recently and needing a stable return. What you have now isn't a job for life, no matter how much effort you put into it. It's a job until the owner finds someone else who will fill your role for less. They've already shown they value a position of power over profit. So bringing in more money isn't job security. Being willing to be abused or taken advantage of is not a long-term viable plan. Act your wage. You should have never done those 100 hours. Why 60 hours a week? Always working 100 plus hours a week? Why? Seriously. Why have you been doing that? Were you expecting something? I would love to know your motivation. Maybe try this. Schedule another meeting. Be real honest in that one. Say you'd like to discuss a bonus based on percentage of revenue generated once you are past OT. Above contract. For the week. That way you share the risk on the extra hours and you are then fairly compensated for going above and beyond. If you can generate the revenue you claim, the negotiation could be seen in a new light. Consider only working for a bonus percentage in lieu of OT guaranteed hourly compensation if you are quite sure you can deliver regularly. As you state, he then gets the win of not raising you above your contract and keeps the expected return off your current deal. No loss. Any further revenue generated is gravy, and sharing a percentage of it versus not having it at all may then seem worthwhile. It's a no loss for him at all when viewed in this light. You either make him the lion's share of the profit and benefit yourself, or you get nothing. For the above and beyond work, you now have a solid negotiating platform to start from. Money you are not required to generate from contract can be created and split more equitably or not created at all. If this fails, you could keep your current contract intact. 62 hours? Still produce for them well. But let him know you are going to actively pursue a second contract elsewhere to see if more OT income can be generated with a different organization after you've reached 62 for the week. That's fair and can't really be argued against. This meeting could also go better if you already develop and have another offer on the table. You could then say that you'd prefer to stay where you are at and help the company continue to do well and grow. But if a square deal is out of reach, you'll need to consider the other option. Be clear. Be honest. Be respectful. If no deal can be struck, move on to a new position. But don't burn the bridge. You never know when recrossing a bridge may be necessary. It's a wild world out there, and every now and then, there is nothing to eat but humble pie. Good luck. If you are who you say you are, looking elsewhere should be rewarding. If you really like what you've got minus the pay, give the above some thought and maybe take a shot with it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.